Hello and welcome to the RC. My name is Charlie Murphy. I'm the Director of Academic Services for the Residential College, and this presentation is going to review the academic and other requirements that you'll have in the RC, as well as your LS&A graduation requirements. We'll also look at opportunities you'll have to connect with the RC community located here in East Quad. The lightning bolt in the upper left-hand corner of the map shows you East Quad's location. It's going to be your home away from home for the next 2 years, and it really is the perfect launching point for you to explore all the opportunities that U of M has to offer. You're less than a 10-minute walk away from the main classroom buildings, from the Diag, and from the Michigan Union. The residential college and East Quad combine living and learning in ways that are unique to the University of Michigan. With access to instructor offices and classrooms, to art galleries and studio spaces and a great dining hall, you will have opportunities that no other residence hall offers at the U of M. Here are just some of the ways that you can connect with your fellow students in the residential college here in East Quad. You'll be getting more information about all of these opportunities and more when you come to campus in August. The residential college provides the best of both worlds in education, providing you all the opportunities available at a world-class university, in addition to a supportive, smaller community where you can really make a difference. Scale is a recurring theme when you think about the residential college. We're a much more human-sized community, which means you'll be able to get to know your classmates and your instructors better, and this size difference really allows us to teach and for you to learn in a different way. Your RC classes will be taught by some of the best faculty at the University of Michigan. All of our faculty have offices in East Quad, so you'll get the chance to see them in the building, in the dining hall, and at RC events, and this is going to give you the opportunity to get to know your faculty members outside the classroom in a more informal way. One of the things that you'll quickly notice is that all of us, students, staff, and faculty alike, are all on a first-name basis to help encourage conversations and strengthen community bonds. Our smaller size allows us to approach academic advising differently too. Our advisors are faculty members, and this dual level of expertise makes them great resources for any questions that you may bring. Unlike anywhere else on campus, we don't assign advisors for our students. You can pick who you see based on the experience of the advisor, the questions that you have, and the convenience for fitting into your schedule. We'll help match you up with the right advisor when you call or stop by the RC Academic Services office to schedule an appointment, and you can also schedule online through the RC website. The classroom environment has been an essential element of the RC academic experience ever since our founding in 1967. Most RC classes are structured as seminars where critical thinking and student discussion are essential elements in the instruction. This approach allows you to take a much more active role in your own education, learning from and teaching your peers as well as learning from your instructors. This greater opportunity for hands-on engagement, however, does give you greater responsibility as students because your attendance, your presence, and your participation in class are absolutely essential not just for you, but for all of your fellow students as well. Another unique aspect of the RC is narrative evaluations. Your instructors will write an evaluation of your performance in the class at the end of every semester, and that will become part of your official transcripts. Evaluations will discuss all the aspects of your performance in class, from attendance and participation to paper topics and small group work. These can be extremely useful, helping you to see the skills you need to develop to become better students, and later on in life they will also be really useful when you're looking for jobs or looking at graduate or professional schools. As RC and LSA students, you'll meet all the same graduation requirements as every other LSA student. But because you're in the RC, you'll meet some of these requirements in RC-specific ways, others you'll complete just like everyone else in LSA, and there are a couple of other requirements that we'll talk about that are unique to the RC. While all students in LSA must meet the first-year writing requirement, RC students meet this requirement by taking RC Core 100, the first-year seminar. This is a course that really exemplifies many of the educational goals in the RC. It is discussion-based, it's capped at 15 students, so there's plenty of time to interact with your fellow students and your instructors, and it's also taught by some of our most experienced instructors, not only sharing their expertise in their fields of study, but their expertise in helping good high school level writers transition to become excellent college level writers. As you can see on the screen, there's an example of the variety of topics that we often offer in the RC First Year Seminar program. The RC's approach to language learning grows directly out of our philosophy of students taking ownership of their own learning and fully engaging with their peers and instructors. We currently offer Spanish, French, Russian, German, and Japanese in a semi-immersion format, which we'll talk about in more detail now. This slide shows the progression and the timeline of a typical student starting with Intensive 1 in Spanish all the way through to the completion of the Spanish Readings course in 3 semesters. Based on placement test scores, most students will start an RC language program at either the Intensive 1 or the Intensive 2 level. Intensive 1 is the equivalent of taking the entire first year of an LSA language in 1 semester, while Intensive 2 is the equivalent of taking the entire second year of an LSA language in 1 semester. So as you can see, these courses really exemplify the RC's semi-emergent approach to learning a language. The courses meet 8 hours a week, so you are in class 4 days a week for 2 hours a day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The courses also require 3 co-curricular activities every week, either lunch tables or coffee hours, where students get informal speaking and listening practice. These courses are taught pass-fail so that you don't have the pressure of a GPA that allows you the freedom to learn, to experiment, and to make mistakes, some of the best ways to learn a language. When you finish with the Intensive 2 level of your language class, you'll take the RC Proficiency Exam. This test tests all 4 main language skills plus grammar, and when you pass the test, that will be posted on your official transcript. Passing the test also allows you to go to the RC Readings class, the culmination of our requirement. Readings courses are 4-credit graded courses at the 300 level that are taught in seminar styles like many other RC courses. The only difference is that everything in the course, the readings, the discussion, and all the assignments are in the target language. This is really no different than taking a 300-level seminar in any department in LSA, except all the instruction is in that target language. So again, you can see the progression from 3 semesters of starting as a true beginner all the way through to doing college-level work in a language. It's a remarkable payoff for a very short investment of time. Because having direct experience of your own creative process is an important part of a well-rounded liberal arts education, the RC's Arts Practicum requirement is going to require you to spend 3 credits exploring one particular art form. These credits can also count towards the LS&A Creative Expression Distribution requirement, and we offer a variety of ways to meet the requirement both within the RC and outside the RC, as the video that follows will show you.
It's really fun, first of all.
The RC is very proud of all our arts programs in visual arts, drama, music, creative writing, and dance even.
Students are taking classes with people who are not art majors, people who are not music majors, but are beginning to experience some of these things for the first time.
We had a computer science major, School of Information, pre-dental, and then undeclared. And there's a lot of different perspectives that I don't think being only in your major lets you see.
When you're having to work on projects that are very specific to the location, you can't just do them on your computer. You have to go down to the space.
If you're jamming in all of your work, like I do, late into the night, you can just walk downstairs into the studio and go back upstairs at like 4 a.m. when you're finished.
It's easier for people to conceptualize my passion if they can see it or they can experience in a different way than me just like blabbering on. Whereas with my art, they can see like, okay, I can make a connection, I can relate to that, and I can think about it deeply instead of just like a late night read through an article, discuss it for like 30 minutes and then move on. I think it's a wonderful way to explore a different topic.
Being in the RC is a great opportunity to try something new or continue on a path that you've already traveled.
I think if I hadn't been in the RC, I would have just done my science classes and left university, and that would have been it. But I also really love music. I've been playing violin and viola since I was 5. If I hadn't found the RC chamber music, I would not have continued.
There's just a lot of different forms of art that we come into contact with every day, whether it's watching Netflix, streaming music on your phone, or flipping through a magazine, or looking at Instagram. And we're not often thinking very much about what's actually happening, how those images, how those sounds, how that performance is affecting us or what kind of message it's communicating to us. I think in making things, there gets to be a different kind of awareness of how those messages are being communicated, what's actually happening to you when you're taking that in.
You learn how to project your voice, to stand on stage if you're doing drama, play on stage. You have to have the courage to let yourself do the art in front of other people.
The last RC-specific academic requirement we'll discuss is the RC 4-course requirement. We're going to want you to take 4 courses in the RC above and beyond completing the first-year writing requirement and your language here. Those courses may be of any number of credits, and you don't have to take one each semester so long as you take 4 by the time you graduate. The rationale for this is that we find as an academic community, our classes work best when we have students of all academic levels and abilities participating. One place where student life in and outside the classroom in the RC merge is with RC forums. Forums are student-led discussion groups offered every semester on a variety of topics, many of which you see listed on your screen. Students can enroll in the RC forums for credit up to 4 times and can count 2 of those courses towards the RC 4-course requirement. Forum gives students lots of different opportunities to explore topics with like-minded friends and the opportunity to develop leadership skills in creating their own forums. Social justice has always been a core value of the residential college, and this is demonstrated by the number and variety of community outreach programs that the RC sponsors. The uniting thread of all these programs is the RC students' commitment to using their education outside the classroom to make the world a better place. You can find out more detail about many of these programs on the RC website by checking out the RC podcast. RC students live in East Quad for their first 2 years, first year rooming blind, and then next year you get to pick your roommate. We've already talked about many of the advantages of living in East Quad, both the location and the facilities in the building, and we're really anxious for you to come here and experience these for yourselves in August. To recap, here are the RC requirements that we've already discussed: the first-year writing seminar, which will meet with RC Core 100, the language program, the arts practicum, the 4 RC courses, and the residential requirement. Next, we'll talk about the general LS&A requirements that you'll meet like every other LS&A student. You'll need to complete all 6 of the requirements listed on this page in order to graduate from LSA, and we'll talk about distribution, the race and ethnicity requirement, quantitative reasoning, upper-level writing, choosing a major and minor, and total number of credits momentarily. By definition, a liberal arts education is well-rounded and broadly based, and that's the rationale for the LS&A distribution requirement, that you should explore fields of knowledge outside of your major. The requirement itself is 30 credits, 7 credits in natural science, 7 credits in social science, and 7 credits in humanities. The remaining 9 credits of the distribution requirement can be satisfied in a variety of ways. You'll need to take 3 credits in 3 of 6 areas. You can take an additional natural science class, an additional social science class, or an additional humanities class. You can also take a class with math and symbolic analysis distribution, creative expression like many of the RC arts courses, or an interdisciplinary course which combines 2 of the big 3 domains of knowledge like natural science and social science, or social science and humanities. In addition to the distribution requirement, there are 3 other general education requirements that you'll need to meet to get a degree from LSA. The first of these is the race and ethnicity requirement. These are courses where race and ethnicity is the primary focus of the instruction. These are courses that can overlap both with your major and with distribution and are usually 3 or more credits. The next requirement is quantitative reasoning, which you can complete in 2 different ways. You can take a QR1 course where math is the primary focus of the instruction, take 1 QR1 course, and you are done with the requirement. If you would like to take less math all at once, you can take courses that are designated as QR2, where math is an important but not primary focus of the instruction. You would need to take 2 of these courses to meet the requirement. The last general education requirement is the upper level writing requirement. This is the bookend of the first year writing requirement that you'll be completing as you enter Michigan this year. This is a course that's usually taken within your major and again must be at least 3 credits and 3 or 400 level. Your major is going to be your primary academic focus for your time at the University of Michigan. In LSA, there are over 75 majors to choose from, so the odds are good if there's a field you want to pursue, there is going to be a major to meet your interests. Majors range from 24 to 48 credits, although most majors are in the 32 to 36 credit range. You'll declare your first major no later than the end of your sophomore year, although many students will declare a second major after that as well. Academic minors are also an option for students, although they are not required. There are currently 102 minors approved for LS&A students. They are usually about 15 credits or roughly half the time commitment of a major, and they're a great way to explore a subject in some depth and have that on your transcript without having to commit the time or the credits to a major. The RC is home to 4 majors: Social Theory and Practice, Arts and Ideas in the Humanities, Creative Writing and Literature, and Drama. The RC is also home to 4 minors: Science, Technology, and Society, Urban Studies, Crime and Justice, and Drama, Text to Performance. While RC students are not required to major or minor in the RC, our majors and minors promote critical thinking, excellent communication skills, and the ability to act effectively in the world, and therefore they prepare you for anything you want to do after you graduate from the University of Michigan. RC students have always stood out at the University of Michigan, and one of the main reasons is superior academic performance. Some stats from the class of 2019 will make this clear. The RC graduating class of 2019 graduated with an average GPA of 3.7, and 97% of the class graduated with a GPA of 3.0 or higher, including 4 students who graduated with a perfect 4.0. Students in 2019 completed 35 different majors, and 47% of the students completed more than 1 major, including 3 students who completed 3 majors. RC students completed honors theses at a rate triple that of mainstream LS&A students and completed on average 138 credits to get their degree. This level of superior academic performance is not anything new to the RC, and it's an indication of what the RC preparation and first-year seminar, writing, and language classes can give you so that you can excel in your time at Michigan. In conclusion, let me welcome you once again to the Residential College and the University of Michigan. We are so looking forward to having you as members of our community and anxious to see what you will bring to the Residential College. We look forward to helping you register soon and meeting you in person in August.